I know I'm recording now. Yay. Today, I'm going to talk shit about introversion a little bit. Fellow introvert myself. Not really. Some people don't think I am, but I really am. I swear it. I'm an introvert, but in the spirit of identifying this therapeutic society that we all have created, I have just a little tiny critique on self-awareness as a whole. And while I believe it is okay to be self-aware, maybe we've taken the term a little too far and we don't know how to continue past self-awareness. In this video, I'm going to go over why I knew self-awareness can actually hold you back if it's not balanced with action. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? Oh, let's get ready with me. Oh, we also talk about, don't look at my nails. Oh, we also talk about, I'm also gonna be doing a soft golf kind of look. Maybe I'll insert it here somewhere, wherever on the screen, my little inspo. But soft golf kind of like alternative type of look. While I talk shit about introverts. Let's get started. This is going to kill me. Okay, so let's start off with the most obvious, that excessive introspection is whack. I think introspection is overhyped, especially with being online. It seems like everybody is a fucking introvert. Like, I feel like everybody just jumped on this bandwagon. Like who's not an introvert nowadays? Everybody's just so isolated and so, I don't know how to put it. I feel as if like introversion was, and maybe we just kind of grew up, but I feel like introversion has become like a default setting for people to want to be by themselves or make excuses for like social anxiety and, you know, our hyper independence now that we don't even have to talk to nobody when we order our food. We don't have to really talk to anybody when we check out for our groceries. Think about how much we are and continuously remove social interaction, like personal social interaction. We are slowly removing it in the guise of convenience, but I think that's just social engineering. Yeah, through that elimination of needing other people or numbing the part of ourselves that need other people to kind of thrive. Everyone has suddenly adopted the introversion shtick, I'll call it. Oh, this looks super yellow on camera, but I pretty duper love this. Ooh, it's my third time trying this foundation and not bad at all. But it's in my eye. That's what I get for shit for talking about introversion, huh? Hell. Anyway, excessive introspection is whack. It's a liar. It's a thief. When you're constantly inside all the time, not sharing your inner thoughts with something or someone, if you're spending too much time in your own head, you start to create illusions about yourself. It's like being inside of a room full of mirrors all the time. You constantly have to look and observe yourself all day, every day. No break. We're going in. It's dark, girl. I'll have to share that out. Anyway, where was I at? Okay. It's when your self-awareness starts to turn it into rumination. Let's just face it, like if you're an introvert and like you younger, you don't really have that, let's just put it bluntly, or introversion can turn into arrogance, because at least when I was younger, I couldn't understand why some people didn't like me. And it's because it may be, just maybe, that everyone would say, oh, you think you're better than us. And secretly, I kind of did. And it was completely founded on an illusion. It wasn't really founded on, I did something so great that I've put myself in such a pedestal. Like I have all these accolades of my greatness. It was just the arrogance of like I was a big like rock fan, and I wasn't into hip hop, and I was like, this is before anime was mainstream. Like Anime was seen as like a super niche, kind of really nerdy. You wasn't getting no nothing. You wasn't getting no dudes, you wasn't getting no men. If like anime was something that you really liked, at least in school, you know? Ooh, that look like hyperpigmentation, y'all. That shit is pigmented. Let's blend this out. I used to always have this like underlying thing that I was somehow better, and that's only because I had to build the illusion up so much in my head as a young girl, because I didn't have a lot of friends and I was super insecure, especially in my early teens, like 14, 15. I was super insecure, and I had to create these stories in my head because I really had no one to really talk to, no one to really have that interface with of, hey, you're not that great, girl, you're not that great, you know. That was just life at that point in time. And I bring that up to say is that you need the external, you need the extroverted, you need the outside world to show you where your limitations are, because thoughts can just run wild and rampant. And especially if you don't have that, or you don't have that critique from others in the real world, when you don't have that external to either criticize you, give you obstacles, or give you boundaries to stop growing, it's never good for the mind, because then you'll be stuck under these illusions and absolutely no growth and no transformation. This shit really was a contour color though. Did I get it too dark? What do you guys think? Is this too harsh? Or do it need to be like more angular? I think it's okay. It's gonna have to be okay because I'm not redoing this again. Anyway, and the thing about self-awareness is that anyone can be self-aware. Like, being aware of yourself is not, for me, I feel like it's not a constellation prize, and we treat being self-aware as if that's the goal when it's really just the next step in your evolution, and you have to grow behind that, you know? I am aware, self-aware, that I have a pretty no-nonsense approach to life. And I know I could be pretty solitary in my endeavors. It was not until two situations in my life really helped me grow from that, or learn that, hey, sometimes you need to chill the fuck out, you know? And that these two qualities was actually holding me back. Of course, I like being by myself, you know, being direct and being honest is what a lot of people say they want, but sometimes it's best to just be quiet for a little bit and just listen and observe, and not try to impose your solutions onto everything. With my daughter, you know, she's one of my biggest teachers when it comes to this. She was having some issues, and all her life, I think I had this tendency to put distance between big emotions, especially like the more negative ones, because growing up for me, your emotions weren't taken very seriously. It was just, you know, suck it up and get over it. And that's what I did. And I spent a lot of time in isolation simply because of that. Because, you know, I felt like going to school, there was no escape. Like a lot of people, I feel like they can go to school and have fun and with their friends, and they get home and home life is not great, or school life is shitty, but at least they got, you know, something at home. And I felt like I didn't have neither one of those. So it just felt kind of inescapable either way. But then that's when I had to learn, like, oh, I'm in this by myself. There's nobody who really wants to help me. So I'm gonna have to do this by myself. There's no one who cares that much. And I think I'm gonna do 2 palettes. I think we're going with this one. Yeah, there's no one that cares that much. So I didn't realize that I was doing that to my daughter. Like, she would have, like, you know, she's 6 years old. She's having our moment, but she would have, like, you know, her moments where, you know, she's feeling emotionally, you know, unwell, like as 6-year-olds tend to do. And I would tell her, like, you know, you should go by yourself in your room, or I'd include her in certain things I probably maybe should have included her in. And I think it made her feel like, oh, this is unsafe to tell my mother how I'm feeling, and among other things, like, but it just made me realize, like, oh wait, this is where shutting the fuck up and really leaning into these big emotions would help me, because I ran away from my shit too. I had that same issue with, I think I missed a bill. I was like, oh, fuck it, you know, whatever. We'll deal with it later, right? Oh my God, not good. I'll deal with that when I deal with that. And then it ended up fucking up my credit score because I didn't, you know, at least like attempt or try to take care of the situation why I didn't pay the bill on time as soon as possible. I was just like, well, fuck it, I'll deal with it later. And it just shifted me. Those two particular situations made me realize, like, girl, you have a problem. You're very avoidant. You can't keep avoiding things. Now, you see how I was self-aware. I became aware of self. I became aware of something that I saw was definitely holding me back. But what if I had stopped there? You know, what if I had stopped right there and didn't go past self-awareness? I wouldn't have grown from that. I wouldn't have seen. I would be stuck. If I was just aware, anybody could be aware of themselves, sure. But what happens when you need to grow past being aware? It's like raising awareness for cancer. Now, cancer is now, people are now aware cancer is a thing. You know, how do we stop it? Like, how do we stop this cancer thing? I'm sure the experts will weigh in and whatnot. We really don't have like a concrete solution. We just keep throwing money at cancer, right? And we have plenty of awareness, sure. Everybody knows what that little bow for breast cancer awareness is. Everyone's aware now, but what does that really mean in the context of, you know, helping significantly reduce cancer patients? We don't have any. We're just aware that it is there. I'm just gonna use the darker thing in this palette. I'm only using like 3 color tops in this. Just 3. But no, another thing about self-awareness and like introversion is that sometimes you're just so overly focused on yourselves, like overly focused on things that don't matter. It's so exhausting. Like, what if this happens, and what do they think about me, and you know, what if no one likes me, or someone said that one thing that one time? I'm like, bro, you got to be utterly exhausted from letting shit like that bother you. Now, I'm human, and of course, I don't want to be made fun of. I don't want nobody to, you know, dog me when I'm not looking. I don't want those things. No, I don't want that. That's terrible. It's a terrible way to live, you know? I don't want to go in no situation like, I don't want to go in a situation where someone's talking about me behind my back, or you made a mistake, it's embarrassing, and invites shame. I don't want that. But at the end of the day, I feel like sometimes introverts just are so overly focused on shit that don't matter. And it's in the disguise of, oh, poor me. I'm so sad. I'm such a sad boy. I'm such a sad girl. Oh my God, I'm just gonna fuck up. It's just this. It's repackaged egotism. And no one, and it doesn't seem that way because egotism is supposed to look like, I'm the greatest and I'm the most. It's supposed to look like arrogance, like I'm the top, I'm the most confident. When really, egotism can look like, definitely is the over focus on you. I think David L. Harkins did a video where he was talking about guilt. And he was like, guilt is just another way for self-pity. You to overly focus on yourself. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? How could I be so wrong in a situation? When it's really not about the other person that maybe you've hurt, or maybe you've done wrong, or the mistakes that you've made. It's really not about the other person. It's about this hyper fixation on yourself. I'll never forget that lesson, you know? It's quite sobering. My goodness, I can't wait to put on the red. I need to fan it out somewhere. I don't know. Oh, man down. Damn, I wish I had a deeper red. But I bought this palette is because I love Asian beauty. I really want the Shade and Light palette, and I wanted this color, which I just used, and then that, like these burgundy kind of red, kind of bricky colors, which I think are so cool. But yes, that's why I bought this palette. And now I'm gonna go in. Now that I think about it, this shit is not red enough. Oh no. Let's go in a little bit more, shall we? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. I was looking for something more red, but whatevs. Gotta keep soldiering on. I don't know if this is soft golf anymore. I don't know what the fuck this is. Alternative, maybe? I don't want the golfs in the comments to be like, oh my god, it is disgrace. I apologize to your people. Please accept me. I'm gonna try this one. Lackluster. I like it though. Can you see? Can you see? I kind of like it. God damn. A lot of goddamn blush. That's a lot. I don't know what to say. Sure. Whatevs. But in conclusion to my video here, let's take down my hair. Self-awareness will never be enough. You're always going to need to put action behind whatever you are aware of. Self-awareness leads to self-indulgence if not kept in check. The self is an illusion anyway. I, Ashley, is not real. It's just something that we made up here on Earth. It don't really exist too much outside of this dimension that we're in. Thank you for joining me on my little video. I don't think this one's gonna be too long. I didn't have that much to say, but and who am I anyway? I'm just a person on the internet, but I really thank you for joining me. I hope you liked my look. I definitely enjoyed doing it because I like playing the makeup. If you like this, please comment and subscribe. If you didn't like it, please comment and hate me for it. I'd love to see it. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next one.